What's up everybody, this is Killer Off-Road Hobbies, and today I'm going to show you how to do the upgrade metal gear on the Arrma Granite 4x4 Diff. Now the part number that you want to get is AR310784. I'll put that on the screen below as well, but it comes with two of these. And as I said before, I already made one diff, tried it out in the Arrma Granite 4x4 with a brushless system on 3S, and it held up. So since it held up, I'm going to go ahead and do this. First thing you want to do is pull this little cover here off. That's one. And there's two. Alrighty, so what I like to do is just orientate this, so I'm just going to set that down and pull this side off, the top side. Little finesse, but it will come off, cool. And all you need out of this thing is your little pinion gear here. Alright, so the pinion gear comes with two bearings, as you guys can see here. We're just going to set that aside. Alright, so it comes with two bearings on here. Now what you want to do is drill a hole that's going to go through this hole right here in this metal gear. You're going to insert it like that, and you want to drill a hole in here, but you want the bearing to at least be on it a little bit to retain the little pin you're going to put in there. So what I'm going to do is get a drill that fits this hole perfectly and drill through it. Okay, so this is a 1/4 inch drill bit. And now I'm just going to drill through here like this. But what I do is I have my little handy dandy piece of wood that I drill into. So I'll just set this down like this, and very carefully, it is plastic, so you don't really have to worry too much, but drill through it just like that, back it off, carefully holding this with pliers. Go ahead and finish drilling through it. There we go. Now that is good. Awesomeness. Now we have all this gunk here. What you want to do is get that as flush as possible. So what I do is I take a sheetrocker knife and I'm just going to shave it down to where it's nice and flush, being very careful that I don't cut myself. So we'll go ahead and use our block like we did before. Sorry, this is much harder trying to show you guys with all this stuff. But I'm just going to kind of shave it off with the sheetrocker knife, nice and flush. Want to get it as flush as possible. And that looks pretty good. Just a tiny more right here. Awesome, there we go. Now the gear should just fit in there perfectly, and it does. Awesome stuff. Okay, so we're going to pull the second bearing off. And like I said, you do want to make sure that that pin is going to catch on a part of this. You'll see the mark on the pinion gear here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is put a 1/8 inch drill bit in my drill. So you're going to need a 1/4 and a 1/8 inch drill bit. Okay, so you might not be able to see it on the camera, but you can see it in real life. There's a little kind of like line right here where the bearing goes on. You're going to want to try to get half on that line, like basically dead center that second line, the second one in. You want to basically try to dead center it. Use a little punch, or what I use is my body hole thing, and I make a mark halfway on that line to start drilling. Get as much as I can with it. Now, hopefully you guys can see that right there. That little hole started. Now, what I'm going to do is drill that. I'm going to have to hold this with a set of pliers. And I'm going to drill through that as straight as possible. Drills very, very, very easily. And that's it. Alright, so we're through both sides. See that? Alright, so now what I'm going to do, when I have my hole there, is I'm going to shave it so that I can get my bearing back on with my sheetrocker knife. Now trust me, you do need to do this, because the last time I did it, I was trying to get my bearing back on there, and I couldn't do it. So this is what I had to do to be able to get it back on there. Awesome. But first, what you want to do, slide your gear inside the pinion. Sweet. We're good to go. We got our pin. Shove our pin down in there. Okay, so now our pin's down in there. Now all we got to do is put the bearing back on. Slide on, hopefully nice and easy, and it did. Awesome. Then we'll slide our second bearing back on. Right there. We will reassemble the diff. Right like this. Put your pinion towards your ring gear, and then put this back on, right like that. Then you put your two screws back through there. And we're going to go ahead and do this by hand. That's all you do. And now you can see that rotates just fine. Good stuff. Check that out. And that, from my experience, holds very well. So that's how you do this. Hopefully this video was helpful and or informative. If it was, go ahead and give that thumbs up. If not, and you didn't like it and this doesn't help you at all, please thumbs down. Check out the description if you have time, and stay tuned to K.O.R.H Off-Road Hobbies. Subscribe if you're new here. We got a lot more coming at you. Until the next video, we'll see you then. Peace.